Welcome on inside, voice of the nation fast break. As always, appreciate you joining us. My name is David Brickley alongside Kevin Figures. I'll make this pretty simple for you. Is Jim Buss ruining the Lakers?
I think it's a little premature to say he's ruining the Lakers quite yet. He hasn't really been in charge for that long. I mean, everybody wants to point to the Lamar Odom trade.
A lot of reports coming out this week.
There's been a lot of controversy this past week about Jim Buss and how Kobe Bryant's upset with the front office and other players within the organization are upset with the front office. I don't think Jim Buss has had a lot of time to put a stamp on the organization. Really, honestly, at this point, there are really two major moves that he's made. Well, you can say three. Rudy Tomjanovich didn't work out very well. Okay. This is Jim Buss I'm talking about. Right. Andrew Bynum, which I would say has worked out fairly well for the Lakers. And Mike Brown, which is still kind of, the jury's still kind of out for a certain extent. So I think we have to give it a little bit of time before we start saying that Jim Buss is ruining the Los Angeles Lakers.
There's so many stories out there. We go the summer situation where they didn't let Kobe Bryant know about the whole Mike Brown situation.
Right.
You have Ronnie Lester after 20 years saying that the Lakers threw him out in the cold. You have Brian Shaw who says they didn't even let me know that I didn't get the job. They just acted like I didn't exist after so many years of service. And the weirdest thing is trying to clear the Laker organization of everything that had Phil Jackson on it.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty insane when a guy brings that many championships to your team and let's wash the walls clean of any resemblance of Phil Jackson, except Jeannie. We have to keep her around.
You're forced to. We got to keep little sister around, right? It's just, and I'm not going to say, but I can't say that he's ruining the organization. I will say that it's really drastic what he's doing, making sweeping changes throughout the organization, like you said, and it's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and for obvious reasons, as it should. You have a team and an organization that's been so consistently great for so long. Right. Why would you rid yourself of things that have made the organization what it has been for so long?
Now, Magic Johnson, who once was part of the ownership team, came out and said this week. We have to remember now it's not Mitch's situation anymore. He's not running the team. Jim Buss is running this team, so Mitch has to follow the direction of Jim Buss and what he wants. It seems like Jerry Buss used to let Mitch do his thing, and he did it pretty damn well when he talked about Pau Gasol, he talked about the things he did during the trade deadline the last couple of years. But now Jim Buss is saying, hold on, Mitch, don't do that just yet. Is he allowing Mitch Kupchak to do his job?
It doesn't seem like it right now. And the reports that we're reading, and Ken Berger from CBS Sports wrote an article about this, saying that Mitch Kupchak kind of feels undermined and feels like he's a man by himself. All of his scouting department is blown out. His the guys that he trusted underneath
Ronnie
him are
Lester
all out.
is out. Now 23-year-old Jesse Buss is in Ronnie Lester's office.
Right.
Oh, by the way, he was arrested for alcohol intoxication.
Oh, is that all?
In December during a scouting trip. You have Joey Buss, who's now in Phil Jackson's office. Mitch doesn't have that scouting department anymore. I think, all the tools he had to do his job effectively and become one of the best GMs in the league, they're now being pulled away from him.
Right.
That being said, they brought Chris Paul to the Lakers. That wasn't their fault. David Stern, I think it should be more of an issue than it actually is now. Everything's cooled down since he went to the Clippers. But if that Chris Paul trade goes through, Jim Buss is a hero.
Yeah, everything's different.
All the fans say, hey, this dude, everybody was uneasy about him during the offseason. If that Chris Paul trade goes through, we're talking about Lob City and the purple and gold.
I mean, the Lakers don't have a Blake Griffin type, but you're talking about one of the best point guards in the league, next to one of the best shooting guards in the league. You still have Andrew Bynum, which if Chris Paul came here, maybe the Dwight Howard trade happens. Exactly. You have a big three replica going on. So from that standpoint, and I didn't even bring that up, that's a good point you made about the Chris Paul trade that nobody's talking about. Jim Buss or whoever was on that call, they pulled that off.
The same people that are involved now were involved during that, which would have been a great trade. You bring in a 25-year-old that could take over this franchise when Kobe gets older.
Right.
But a report also came out that Mitch doesn't know who to trust anymore. So I don't know if it's getting worse from the Chris Paul situation or not. We'll see. We'll see come March 15th in that trade deadline. If nothing happens, it looks like Jim Buss is putting the handcuffs on Mitch Kupchak and not allowing him to do his job.
I would think at this point something has to happen. If it's something as small as trading the trade exception for a point guard upgrade, they're not going to stand pat and do absolutely nothing. Will they blow up the team? Will they trade Powell and Bynum for Dwight Howard? Will they trade Powell for anything? Who knows?
But like we talked about before, if you just bring in a Ramon Sessions or just bring in Michael Beasley, is that really enough to have you win a championship? It probably isn't. And then Laker fans without a championship are still PO'd.
Well, Laker fans are going to be upset no matter what you do.
They don't win.
They said you don't trade Powell, but you want to get a great player.
But at least
it doesn't work on both levels.
Try to put a championship caliber roster out there when Kobe Bryant is still in the prime of his career. We'll ask you this question. Make sure to comment below. Is Jim Buss ruining the team? Are you scared the Lakers will not be on top anymore because Jim Buss has more control over who used to have control, Jerry Buss? Make sure to comment below, thumb up this video, like this video, and of course subscribe to this channel. For Kevin Figures, my name is David Brickley, voice of the nation, Fast Break.